Hey, everybody. Hey, guess what? It's the weekend. Wait, hold the phone. Why are we in the void blackness of outer not? Oh, there we go. Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid that we were in the void and not in this waking nightmare. Come on. You know you prefer a waking nightmare to the void? I mean, wouldn't you? Anyway, yeah, so infinite regression for a minute, but then, look, it's your pal. Weekend Type Fun, Volume 19. We haven't had Weekend Type Fun in a little bit. It's been a bit. Has been. Has been. That's right. If I were the kind of person who had ever been a bean, I would say I'm a has-been, but I haven't been. But we have been having fun with Weekend Type Fun, and then I don't know. I felt like I was running out of ideas and like it wasn't working. And then it was like, wait, ideas working? Since when the frick has that been the theme of this show? Like, come on. This channel isn't about doing things right. This channel isn't about doing anything that we're ever going to be proud of. This channel is about doing stupid things, pointless things, things that nobody in their right mind ever needs to see. So, yeah, we can have more fun. We can have more weekend type fun. Who the hell cares? You're not watching this right now. No, like you, the person who is making this, is watching it. But you, the theoretical audience that he will talk to throughout the show, as if there's an audience, you aren't watching this. You're not. You're not. Anyway, look, let's just get real with ourselves. And once everyone's honest, we'll be able to do what we need to do. Okay. Stanley the Manly. No, I know your name is just Stan, but, I'm having fun with it. Stan. God. This guy, ever since he got sober. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Real fun for us. Ugh. Seriously. Anyway. Boy, who doesn't enjoy that awkward, cornered conversation that you can't escape for a full half hour? Yep. Good times. Good times, Stan. So glad to see you every freaking time. Oh, tell us how many days has it been? Anyway. Okay. Stan, I believe you're up. Weekend Type Fun, Volume 19. Thanks, buddy. I guess that'll do. Till better comes along. Hey, with your host, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons. That's me. Yay. Oh, we aren't doing the clapping anymore. Wait, are we still doing that bit where he pretends that there are people clapping and we're not even doing that? All right, whatever. Come on, Rem, play the theme song. All right, let's do this. What the frick? Hold the mayonnaise. What in sweet tarnation was that? Like, please, can anyone explain? We had a theme song at one point. It had always been the theme song. Same one since always. And then we're changing it. That what we're doing. We've never done an episode without that theme song. And you're all okay with this. All right. Hey, dedication. I bet this is going to be some funny. To my LGBTQ homies, Lord knows you suffer enough with your journey to find your identity. There's no reason why you should be expected to bear the burden of the vitriol unjustly lobbed your way by those mouth-breathing knuckle-draggers whose very existence is a blight on humanity itself. Yeah, I, I really mean that, too. Like, this is not me being funny or anything. Like, my God, this week and last week, my LGBTQ kids, like, has not been easy for them. So, shout out to you. I appreciate what you do, and you know, it does get better apparently. So, yeah, here's hoping for that, and we'll do what we can while we can. Anyway, hey, this week's episode. Oh, it better be something to get us out of a comedy pit. You know what I'm saying? What about a picture of the comedy pit? Oh, jeez. I did. You know what? Okay. If I remember, if I forget, then remind me, but I probably will forget. Uh, as a bonus episode, I will upload whatever I got done on those other slides as a bonus episode. Anyway, I'm not sure how this is going to go either because I know what's coming up and we'll see. Braxton, very conceptual. Conceptual does not always mean good. We'll find out. The news. That's right. This is a news show now, and it's every bit as believable as anything Tucker Carlson has ever read. I said that perfectly. News number 1. In a victory for humanity, the Black Eyed Peas have agreed to refund every red cent they've ever made from their, finger quotes, music. Also, I did finger quotes when I read the word finger quotes, but only when you heard me pause slightly before saying it. News number 2. In a dramatic reversal of expectations, Senator Matt Gaetz exhibited a smidgen of human decency this week in what was supposed to be a private text message. Picture looks pretty normal. Looks exactly like I've seen him in every other picture, so we are going to move on. Here is the text in question. Heard the text in question. I'm definitely, my speech patterns are that of a man who is in the news business. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here is the text in question. Hey, guy dude, bro. What up, my fellow underage girl fanatic? Not a good time, my brosif. Oh my god, that's bra and brosif combined. A more douchey portmanteau there is not. What? You not coming to the hotel room I purchased for an underage girl? No, I'm still coming to the room, but I gotta go to my grandma's funeral first. I'm sorry to hear that. Critics were quick to point out a few things. First of all, Gaetz and his compatriot were obviously texting about their illegal exploits with underage girls. Fun fact, Gaetz is accused of doing exactly what's in the text, and there's some pretty solid evidence that he did precisely that. Even though he denies it, we know he supplies it. Secondly, they have proof that "sorry to hear about that" is one of the 3 predicted texts based on the previous texts in this exchange. Third, critics have also stated that, disgusting as it may be to think about it, Gaetz's text may have been a sarcastic jab at his friend, indicating that there would now be more underage girls for Gaetz. Ew. So, is Gates, in fact, not a human monster? You decide. Yeah, you decide. Monster? Yes, he is. That's what we've been strongly implying this whole time. That's the right answer. Anyway, news number 3. The person writing this news may have just spent a full 10 minutes watching and re-watching a Canadian Tom Hankey is an Aqua Velva Man commercial. Oh, I remember Tom Hankey. I had his card. Like, I had multiple Tom Hankey baseball cards. Them, like, mid-'80s tops. And even a Don Russ. Poll of the week. How many of our Canadian viewers both remember Hankey and also remember what a goofy-looking doofus he was? Text goof doof to, looks like some alienese from Futurama. Just for reference, here he is. Looks like a pretty goofy doofus. Good pitcher. Like, good pitcher. Don't get me wrong. But, doofus. News number 4. In a small-town American high school, a teacher was shocked when one of his students actually picked up on the subtle satirical subtext behind his tangential ramblings. Oh, that would surprise the crap out of me. Swear to God. The teacher reportedly told Not Remotely the Real News' remote news journalist, Jules Scrivener, I didn't know anyone was listening. It was Friday and I was just sloshing around some of the unused knowledge I have in my brain. Oh, that unused knowledge gets sad and lonely, don't it, friend? The student reported, it was Friday. I didn't even expect to learn anything. Jules Scrivener also reports that local parents who answered 2 emails and engaged with a coworker in a lengthy conversation about weekend plans at work today and nothing else snuffily asked, is this what they're doing in school these days? Jules finally tells us that she grew up with many of these parents and they were exactly like their kids are now when they were in high school. Investigative report. We made a theme song for this. Go ahead and play it if you would. This is going to come up right here. Boop-a-doo. Real news theme. There we go. That was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Apparently, someone took a portion of their evening to multi-track themselves singing like in poorly timed non-rhythms, not at all with themselves, either rhythmically or melodically, just jumbled together talk singing at different pitches. That's wow. Just wow. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that investigative report. Our field reporter, Susie It's a Doozy, saw something suspicious when she went out to the local gym just trying to feel good about herself. She noticed the strength of the male gaze in the room. While Susie was just going to the gym to lose a few of the pounds she picked up during quarantine, she noticed several sweaty men in basketball shorts staring at her in a wildly objectifying manner. Think about this. I wrote this slide title before he wrote the investigative report. If this report is about someone being implicated in something, it'll be frickin' genius. Has anyone been implicated yet? Okay. Hold up. This freaking guy thinks that he and I are different guys. We're the same guy, stupid. By the way, now is the time to remind you that I'm sitting here in White Guy Studios in White Guyville, White Guy State in America. And, you know, the state with the most white guys in it. Oh, I think we all know which one I mean. Anyway, so yeah, that's where I am. And I'm in a studio full of white people. Over here, we've got Braxton. He's our head writer. He wrote all of the things that you're reading on these slides, that I'm reading on these slides to you. And he does usually a pretty good job. This one's getting a little weird, if I am to say so myself. A little odd, a little strange. So let's hope it turns out for the funny. Don't have any faith that that will be the case, but we'll see. Anyway, we got Chaz. He's our executive producer. He doesn't seem to do much of anything. Shut up, you don't. Like, tell me one thing you've done today to executive produce the... You took a meeting. Okay. About, like, that's it? That's all... Okay. Well, over here we have someone who actually does something for a living. That would be Ian, who he's in our promotions. So if you heard about this video, chances are it's because Ian's been putting the good word out there on the streets, and that's how you found out about it. Anyway, over here we have a kitty with a soft, soft tummy and giving her some rubs. Oh, we also have Clarissa. Clarissa's over here drinking wine during the workday, well before 5 o'clock. You know, and she's trying to get us to believe that it's some sort of act of a strong, independent businesswoman. But what it is really is the, you know, defiant actions of a high-functioning alcoholic, just, you know, openly threatening anyone to dare to try and get her into rehab. Anyway, is Clarissa. She won't have heard the last portion of that introduction, and she'll be too hungover tomorrow when we're listening to this to really remember any of this. So anyway, yeah, white people all around here. You know, Kaysen we got over here. Aiden. Douche canoe parents, you know, we the standard people, same people we got every week. Anyway, implicated. Has anyone been implicated? I don't know. Let's find out. 3 weekend dads, 4 protein powder junkies, and an off-duty cop with a growing day drinking habit. Wait a minute, Clarissa. I think I found a guy for you. No, that is funny. When you, you know, that 2 hours of clarity in between hangover and day drinking that you experience once every 4 days when it just lines up just so, yeah, you'll realize that this was all very funny, and the fact that you know, we're suggesting that you meet up with an off-duty cop with a growing day drinking habit. Yeah, we're just kind of, I don't know, sometimes you got to take somebody else's life and treat it like a couple of Matchbox cars. You just want to see them slam into each other and find out what happens. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Clarissa, don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. We are definitely not going to be taking bets on how disastrous your relationship with this man will be. But, yeah, definitely do not look on the back of the break room door. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah, off-duty cop with a growing day drinking habit were implicated in a plot to make Susie feel uncomfortable simply trying to exercise, or I should say while she was simply trying to exercise in the gym while wearing the appropriate clothing for that activity. You know, she's dressed to go to the gym. She's at the gym. What do you want? When approached for interview, the cop belched loudly and asked why it wasn't like it was when his daddy was a cop, because apparently his daddy was both the police chief and the ringleader of the local lynch mob. Oh, see how I've conflated racism and sexism. Moo. Susie stopped to think about how this day was just as bad as any other day for an average woman in today's America. And then Alan Alda cries, like in the freaking middle of his close-up, right into the dead eye of the camera lens. And you stop and you think about the fact that when this was made, this was not an actual man named Hawkeye Pierce experiencing extreme sadness. It's a man named Alan Alda who has like worked to become good at, taking on the emotions of others, especially people who never existed in the first place. And that man with this ridiculous profession is the one who is crying into the dead eye of the camera lens. But then your brain is like, no, this is one of the last scenes in the last episode of MASH. Like, yeah, but was it though? Was it, or was it just a man pretending into a camera and then someone slapped it all together and said, this'll do? Anyway, regardless, I didn't even know where I was going. Oh, the poll results when we asked our Canadians earlier. So 73% of Canadians know who Tom Hankey is and want us to know that his commercial did not help move many units of Aqua Velva in Canada. 26% of Canadians are so freaking smug about how much younger they are than we are. But they'll be our age someday. Then they'll see. Do they somehow not think Joey Votto is going to look a little dated 20 years from now? Just for reference, here is Votto. Yeah. This is all going to look very normal and reasonable 20 years from now. News number 5. The audience thought we were done with news items. When reached for comment, the entire audience of this episode admitted that they didn't think the show would turn back to commercials at this point. I guess they don't know us at all, do they? Think they know us so well. Like those two ladies in the musical Chess singing that song from the musical Chess that's not the one song from the musical Chess that you know when you know that one song that actually became a top 40 hit. Oh, I'm not going to say either song's name. No, you're going to have to look up the track listing to the soundtrack to the musical Chess to know what the frick I'm talking about. Because I refuse to explain myself at this point. Anyway, yeah. News number 5. News number 6. In someplace America, a man's face was bitten off by a real live actual freaking lion. It's true, that probably did happen today, given the stupidity of people, the number of people who are like, what? I can be the next freaking Joe Exotic? And you don't even know if they mean the next Joe Exotic that ends up in jail for some crazy thing with a nemesis lady that he's threatening in his weird little internet videos, all that business. My God, it's funny because I remember learning about Joe Exotic from John Oliver well in advance of the freaking the documentary that we all watched during quarantine. Anyway, but yeah, some dude's gonna get eaten by his own lion. It happens. No one was surprised because the man actually thought he was responsible enough to own an animal like this as a freaking pet. Yeah, look at that guy. Look at relative size of his head to the lion's head. The lion's a wild freaking animal. It likes meat. That man is made of meat. There's no reason why that lion doesn't just grab his big freaking head right now. Anyway, we let the authorities know about the lion, and we all went on about our normal, non-lion owning lives. Luckily, none of us were hurt. Yeah, most of us don't freaking own a lion because we're not stupid. Holy crap. Because, own a kitten and see how torn up your freaking hands are from the end of the first month of owning a kitten that is barely bigger than your hand. When our kittens were young, Ebony, the black one, who is my kitty, the cutest and best kitty of all the kitties, the softest and nicest to cuddle and snuggle, the best freaking kitty, hands down. Anyway, when she was a kitten and I would go to pet her, she was only 2 inches longer than my hand was wide. And so every pet was only 2 inches down. And then you pick your hand up again and go down another 2 inches because your hand covered way too much of her body length. It was insane. But yeah, anyway, so we had 2 kitties that size, and they were so cute and so loving, and it's awesome to look back at pictures and videos and stuff from that time. But our hands were torn up constantly by these kitties. And, now that Ivory is an adult, she still tears up my hands sometimes if I'm not, super careful with the way that I treat her. She will absolutely bite through the skin on my hand, is what I'm saying. So, that's the teeny tiny domesticated version of this animal. You're going to take the full-size, non-domesticated version of this animal, tell us all that you've domesticated it, and then, just hang out with it. That's normal. Okay. All right, you spend your life in interesting ways, I guess. This just in. Man forgets what he's talking about, and woman takes advantage of the situation by insisting that whatever he was talking about, he was wrong. That's a good trick. Woman, kudos to you. That's some tricky business that you pulled off right there. You are a real finesse player of this game called life, woman. Tell you what. Anyway, kudos to you. In further headlines, local flower sales up 20% this week. Seems unrelated, but okay. Celebrity gossip is a waste of your life. Whatever the author of this slide chooses to insert as a picture below is a better use of your time. Yeah. The person reading the slides remembers that he has students who might see this. Son of a... This is a terrible idea. He tells his wife that even though only students subscribe to his channel, his viewing statistics show that they have never watched more than 2 minutes of one of his episodes. That is factually correct. I will show you those stats if you wish to see them. I've had kids tell me that they fall asleep listening to my episodes and whatnot, and that that's what they listen to for calming effect and stuff, because they find my comedy so very, very boring. Anyway, but during this slide, I'm telling you, this is me last night telling you that, like, the statistics are really, really bad for viewing length. Like, he has not quite 40 subscribers, and of those not quite 40, not all of them watch. And of those that watch, and it's seriously like maybe 2 to 4 kids per week will watch a little bit of one episode, and it's always 1 minute or a minute and a half of one episode. And so look at how long this episode is right now. Know that there is no way that they will make it this far into an episode, and just know that it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Nobody's going to see this. Okay. Proof. Here's some proof. Like, no, for real. Lovely wife, if you would like some proof that no one actually ever makes it this far into the video, comment down below and the guy talking right now will give you a free video game on Steam. No, seriously, he has Steam codes to give away. It's true, I do. I literally actually do. Like, this, I'm not lying, I'm not joking. This isn't like, because if it was a joke, it wouldn't be funny. I actually have Steam games that I can give away. So if you want one, I got you, but like, hit me up. End of the line. Insert picture of old train. Okay. I bet this low rent show won't even put a picture of a train, but they'll keep this slide because they think it conforms to the soupy melange that is Gen Z humor. Did it work, old man? Are you a thing now? Not a thing. What? Why would I be a thing? And why would I want to be a thing? That's so freaking stupid. Like, don't... What are you talking about, you idiot? God, be a thing. Like, what the frig? Stupid. Life often brings disappointment before death. Siddhartha Gautama. Or Siddhartha Gautama, if you say it like a total white person. Oh my God. Hey, look. You thought we were going to go on forever? No, not every episode lasts for freaking ever, okay? Like, sometimes zip zop, in, out. Wham bam, thank you, didn't stay up all freaking night to make this episode. You're welcome. You're welcome, because it didn't take you 3 hours to watch it. Yeah, got through some slides. It was fine. Didn't have to stop and make commentary on every little one and be like, brr, 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 brr. Here's what I think about every little thing, because I always have to bring my freaking point of view to bear on everything, because I think I'm so important, and I think everybody should hear what I have to say about every little thing, because, oh my God, I'm just so great. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Like, yeah, that's what it'd be saying, and like, I don't even believe that. Obviously, I'm like, no, nope. That is not even jokingly what I mean. Anyway, this program was made possible by the Igneous and Gertrudina Buttcomer Foundation and by viewers like you. Promotional considerations provided by Ralph Morgan's Extra Strangly Snakes, the Lonely Ass Librarians Guild, Grandpappy True Reel's Foul Smelling Balms and Gruels, and the one and only true God. I would talk to you about her and the religion in which we follow her, but I'm afraid one of the main tenets of that religion is that I not talk about it, so I'd prefer you didn't even ask. This program was directed and performed by Rem Pemberton. His staff thinks he's a real piece of work, if you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. You mean like I'm a pretty cool guy? Pretty decent guy to work with. I can get behind that. If you mean anything else, we might need to have a talk. Written by Braxton White Guy. He's not actually this gray. He uses graying creams. It's pretty well established. Theme song, The Out of Tuners. Could add Out of Rhythmers this week. Guys, it sucked. The song sucked. I never heard it suck worse. Get it together, guys. A presentation of Non-Sober Badger Productions. A subsidiary of the large, boring-sounding corporation with surprisingly questionable business practices. Lawful Asset Holdings Incorporated. A branch of the intentionally vague corporation whose purpose may never be known. The Blaine Group. And communism. It's not dead yet, suckers. Hey, this week's Lucky Listener Weekend Getaway giveaway is Chico Cheech Picarilli. So Cheech Picarilli. I wonder if he's related to the Cheech Picarilli who played left out for the White Sox. Surely they can't be the same guy. No closure! The end! And that is the actual factual end. So there is nothing for me to do other than to thank you for tuning in this week to our ridiculous show that we do for like no reason and that no one ever sees, but we enjoy making it. So that's the only reason it needs to exist. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.